Deep underground, inside a reinforced military bunker, the lights are dim. The air is silent. Nothing moves. Except one thing. A small green radar screen glows softly in the darkness. On it, a single bright dot crawls slowly across a grid. That dot is not a spaceship. Not an alien invasion, not science fiction. It is a missile. Only a few meters long. Yet inside that metal body exists a power once described only in religious texts. The power of gods, or demons. A force capable of erasing an entire city in less than a second. If the nuclear warhead on that missile detonates, there is no warning loud enough, no bunker deep enough, and no prayer fast enough. There is only a blinding white flash. Buildings vanish. Human shadows burn into concrete walls. A towering mushroom cloud rises into the sky, marking the exact spot where life once existed. Today, only a handful of nations possess this end-of-the-world power. But to reach it, humanity walked a dark road, paved with fear, secrecy, espionage, lies, and the sacrifice of innocent lives. So the real question is not who has nuclear weapons. The real question is, why did humans make this at all? How did curiosity, science, and survival instincts lead us to create a machine capable of ending civilization? And why, even today, does the world still depend on it? This story does not begin with explosions. It begins quietly. In 1938, inside a modest laboratory in Germany, scientists gathered around glass equipment and a small piece of uranium. They fired neutrons at the atom. What happened next shocked them. The atom split in two. This process became known as nuclear fission. When the atom split, it released enormous energy. And more dangerously, it released additional neutrons that could split nearby atoms, a chain reaction. If controlled, this reaction could power entire cities with electricity. But if uncontrolled, it could unleash energy so violent that it would obliterate everything around it. For the first time in human history, humanity realized it had discovered a force capable of destroying itself. And this realization came at the worst possible moment. Europe was already burning, World War II was unfolding, Adolf Hitler had risen to power. Many Jewish and European scientists fled Germany, not only to save their lives, but because they feared something far worse. What if Nazi Germany built this weapon first? One scientist believed the world had to be warned. A letter was written. It was signed by Albert Einstein, and it was sent directly to the President of the United States. This was not a routine scientific message. It was a warning. The letter explained that uranium could be used to build a bomb of unimaginable power. A weapon capable of destroying entire cities in seconds. Even more terrifying, Germany was already researching this science. The message was simple and chilling. If America does nothing today, tomorrow it may have no choice at all. The U.S. government understood the danger immediately. Either this power would be developed under American control, or it would be used against them. And so began the most secret scientific project in human history. It was called the Manhattan Project. Thousands of scientists, secret facilities scattered across deserts, forests, and remote towns. Entire cities erased from maps. Many workers didn't even know what they were building. They enriched uranium. They produced plutonium. They pushed physics beyond known limits, all while being told almost nothing. Yet inside the minds of many scientists, one question refused to disappear. Just because we can build this, should we? The United States poured nearly 1% of its entire GDP into the project. This was not just weapon development. It was a race against fear. July 16, 1945, New Mexico desert. Before sunrise, a steel tower stands alone. At its top, a bomb. Miles away, scientists and military officials wait in bunkers. The countdown begins. 4, 3, 2, 1. A blinding white flash tears through the darkness. For a moment, night and day cease to exist. Then comes the fireball, brighter than the sun itself. Then the mushroom cloud, rising silently into the sky. Some scientists cheered. Others froze in horror. One observer later said it felt like dragging the sun down to earth. The Trinity test had succeeded. Humanity had crossed a line. The power to end civilization was now real, and it was in human hands. Weeks later, nuclear power was no longer a test. It was used. Hiroshima, a normal morning, children walking to school, bicycles rolling through streets, shops opening for business. Then, the flash. Those closest to the explosion were instantly vaporized. Farther away, skin burned. Clothes ignited. Bodies collapsed. Human shadows burned into walls. Days later, radioactive rain fell from the sky. Hair fell out. People vomited blood. Internal organs failed. Then Nagasaki. Another city erased. World War II ended. But humanity learned a terrifying truth. We had built a weapon capable of erasing ourselves. Many scientists were haunted afterward. Some celebrated success. Others were consumed by guilt. They understood something terrifying. Science had outrun morality. One scientist famously said, "We became death, the destroyer of worlds." The weapon could not be uninvented. It could only be controlled or misused. The United States believed it stood alone. But inside the Soviet Union, another plan was already in motion. Espionage. Spies infiltrated the Manhattan Project, designs stolen, secrets smuggled out. After Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Soviet leaders reached a brutal conclusion. If we don't build this, we become the next Hiroshima. In 1949, the Soviet Union detonated its first nuclear bomb. The monopoly ended. The Cold War began. In America, nuclear fear entered daily life. School children practiced duck and cover drills. Families built fallout shelters. Movies and television filled with nuclear nightmares. Peace no longer felt permanent. It felt borrowed. Britain followed. France followed. China followed. Each nation had its reason: prestige, survival, independence. Then came hydrogen bombs, weapons that fused atoms, the same process that powers the sun. Entire islands vanished during tests. This was no longer defense, it was dominance. The Philippines never built nuclear weapons, but it lived under their shadow. During the Cold War, U.S. military bases made the country strategically vital. In any global nuclear war, Southeast Asia would not be spared. This is the reality for many nations. They don't control nuclear weapons, but they would still suffer from them. Some nations never admitted their nuclear status. Israel remains silent. India built weapons after regional wars. Pakistan followed, creating one of the world's most dangerous rivalries. South Asia became a fragile nuclear flashpoint. South Africa took a rare path. After secretly building nuclear weapons, it dismantled them. Bombs destroyed, blueprints erased, uranium diluted. A rare moment when a nation chose safety over power. For North Korea, nuclear weapons are not prestige, they are survival. Isolation, sanctions, fear of collapse. Each missile test sends a message: we can reach you. The world has nearly ended. More than once. False radar alerts, misread signals, human hesitation saved the planet. We survived. Not because systems worked, but because someone paused. Today, the deadliest weapons are hidden underwater. Nuclear submarines roam silently beneath the oceans. Even if a nation is destroyed, retaliation is guaranteed. This is called mutually assured destruction. Peace built on fear, not trust. So why did humans create nuclear weapons? Not because we wanted destruction, but because we feared it. Every nation believed the same thing. If we don't build it, someone else will. And once built, it could never be undone. Thousands of nuclear warheads still exist, maintained, upgraded, waiting. All it takes is one mistake, one miscalculation, one wrong leader. The question is no longer whether nuclear weapons can destroy humanity. They can. The real question is, will we survive our own fear? What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments. If this documentary moved you, like and share it. Subscribe to Discovering the Earth for more untold global stories. And I'll see you in the next episode.